So you guys, it seems that Stormi Steele from Love and Marriage Huntsville, her popular body glaze has been called into question as a popular social media influencer by the name of Christina. She has a very large platform over there on TikTok, and she also has one on Instagram. She made a video stating for people to check their body glazes because she believed her products were starting to grow spores, mold, or whatever you would call it. So apparently this didn't go over well with some of the supporters for Canvas Beauty, who began to get in the comments and call her a stan, basically accusing her of being in group hating on Stormi. I will say that that's kind of getting old. Anyone that purchased these products and come and give their real experience with these products just because they disagree or might have some or criticism about the product doesn't mean that you guys get to dismiss them and write it off as they're a part of this clique that's trying to tear Stormi down. So all of the backlash that Christina started getting, she responded and she posted a video to her TikTok page as well as to her story explaining her side of things. Now Christina, like I mentioned before, she is a social media influencer. She does beauty, she does makeup and other things, lifestyle, all different type of content. And I have to say, I am personally following her. I have been following her for a while. I enjoy her content. I think she's beautiful. And I don't think she was malicious when she posted for people to check their products. Now, as Christina mentioned, she had several bottles of the body glaze she mentioned she purchased over time. So it's not like this is just someone that bought one product. She's bought several and she was supporting the brand. She stated that she noticed some things that were in the body glaze after coming back to them. She stored them with the rest of her normal products and she thought she would just let people know, hey, you guys might want to check your body glazes. Well, she got backlash and she stated that she did not have any malicious intent, but she did take credit saying maybe she spoke too soon without having any type of real proof of what it was inside the body glaze. So she took accountability for her part. You know, she apologized to Stormi Steele for speaking on Canvas Beauty in a negative light. She did show pictures of the product, so you guys take a look at that. I have the clips from her TikTok included in this video. You guys go ahead and take a look at the clips. Let me know what y'all think about them down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one.
To my attention that somebody reposted what I posted on my Instagram story here on TikTok. So now we got to talk about it. I posted on my Instagram story that several of my Canvas Beauty body glazes were growing what appeared to me to be spores or like bacterial colonies. And the person that reposted it left out a lot of what I said on my story. So I want to be clear that I was not trying to be shady to Canvas Beauty. I was not trying to encourage people not to shop Canvas Beauty. I just want people to be aware of what I thought might be an issue with the shelf life. So I'm going to insert pictures of what my Canvas body glaze looked like. But like I said, to me, it appeared to be spores or bacterial colonies. Now, what I also said in my Instagram story was that I own several of them. I probably own between 8 and 10 of them. I went crazy like everybody did when it was first really hitting the market. I bought a bunch of them and then I kind of phased out the way you phase out of using products and I go back to them here and there. I went back to one. I saw the growths on the surface. I scraped the top of it thinking that it was something that I did. Maybe I dripped water in it or something like that. So I scraped the top of it, set it to the side. I went back to it about a month later and the little whatever on it was back. Picked up another one and saw that around the edges of one, it was also having the same thing happen. Now again, I want to be clear that my concern was probably that the shelf life is not that long on that product. From what I can tell, it seems to be like a very like raw organic product, and those kind of products don't usually have preservatives in them and things that can help make them shelf stable for very long. And because I did buy so many of them, I don't go through them quick enough. So if it does have a shorter shelf life and that happens after so long, after them expiring, then maybe you shouldn't buy as many. And that's exactly what I said in my Instagram story. So to be clear, I feel like this product is probably just one of those products that's gonna have to develop as the company grows. We see this a lot with small businesses where they have a product, it's amazing, it blows up, and then when they start producing to the masses, they have to start considering things like the shelf life of it, the stability of the product, the science and chemistry behind the product. We saw this with the pink sauce lady. She had an amazing product, but it wasn't shelf stable. She went to a lab, now it's shelf stable. So I feel like this is something that Canvas Beauty is probably gonna work on as they continue to grow. And I think in the meantime, what could be helpful is maybe care instructions, maybe cards, maybe something on the package that says says the shelf life of the product. A lot of people had concerns about how it was stored. I stored it in a cabinet with all my other body and skincare products, so I don't think it was stored in a particularly damp area, but I am in Texas. I also had a lot of people in my DMs after I posted that saying the same thing happened to their body glaze, so I do think that maybe the formula needs a little bit of work, and I think that's part of the growing pains, and I think we need to start giving small businesses, specifically Black-owned businesses, the chance to experience their growing pains and receive constructive criticism. So let's be clear, I'm not hating on a Black-owned business or a small business. I still want to see Canvas Beauty continue to grow and thrive. I just think that maybe we should talk about these issues so that they have an opportunity to learn from them and the consumer can spend their dime wisely. But I never intended for my video to bring any hate towards Canvas Beauty, and I can tell by the comment section of that video that people were definitely being a little negative and weren't really giving the brand a whole lot of grace. We're kind of taking what I said and ran with that. And I do have to hold myself accountable for the fact that I have a very large platform and I have to be careful about how I spread information. If I really had that big of an issue with the product, I could have just messaged Canvas Beauty directly and asked them about it. So I do have to be accountable for the fact that I brought some negative light to a Black-owned business, and that was never my intent. So I do offer my sincerest apologies to Canvas Beauty for not being responsible with the platform that I have and showing the product in a negative light. And I do hope that Canvas Beauty continues to grow and thrive and that you guys continue. Okay, I'm just gonna make this one little last post here on my story on TikTok to clear up a few things, because it's clear that y'all are gonna really drag this situation, and I'm not gonna speak about it no more after this. One, to assume that I had malicious intent making that post on my Instagram story is ridiculous. I am not a part of any stan culture that Canvas Beauty has. I have no idea when that lady is live. I have no idea when she's releasing a new product. I don't know anything about that. So posting that was not to maliciously affect the brand's reach or their launch or anything like that. And it was absolutely not to seek any attention and gain any clout off of Canvas Beauty. If that was the case, I would have made an entire TikTok video and posted it here on my largest platform. Y'all love drama over here. It would have went viral. If I wanted clout and attention off of the brand, I would have did that, but I did not. I made a post on my Instagram story in passing. It was irresponsible, and for that I have apologized in the video that I already posted. Two, I think y'all need to take everything that y'all hear on this app with a grain of salt, because the information that y'all are using to literally tear me apart in the comment section of that video from that scientist is not 100% true. It is true, you cannot see spores with the naked eye. However, you can see the culmination of spores. That's what mold is. Mold is literally the colonization of spores. So yes, on a biological level, the term spores was incorrect. However, you can see the result of spores with the naked eye. So I was not far-fetched to look at the product and think, oh, there is some type of fungus or bacteria or something growing on it. Now, where I was wrong, again, was posting that on the internet. That was an unsubstantiated claim. I did not take that product to the lab. I did not do any of those things to know if there was actually anything biohazardous with that product. And that was a reckless misuse of my platform. And I have a bad habit of underestimating my reach on social media. I do that both in positive and negative situations. So this has been a serious learning moment for me about responsibly using the platform that I've been blessed with. Outside of that, I don't really know what else to say. I apologize for making gross and reckless claims about this brand and not taking heed to what I've seen other influencers go through. Like, it should have been a thought in my mind to watch my mouth on social media and make sure that when I'm speaking on things, especially a brand, especially a Black-owned brand, that I am doing my due diligence before I put out information that could be harmful to the brand. But I'm not gonna sit in this place with y'all and let y'all act like I'm just a malicious person, because if you know anything about my content, you know that's just not who I am. So I apologize again to Canvas Beauty. I apologize for making those claims that were unsubstantiated. I hope and pray that they did not affect the sale of her business. I'm not going to speak on whatever she said about me because I didn't see the video and I'm not going to see it. That's how people crash out on the internet. I'm not going to be one of those people. I own my part of it. Whatever she said is whatever she said. And if she's upset, she has every right to be. I made a claim that was unsubstantiated about her brand. She has every right to be upset. So y'all have a blessed day. Do with this video what you will. Repost it. Whatever, but please take what I've said in my posted video and this into consideration before you bash somebody who is literally taking account for the fact that they made a mistake. And I understand that it is hypocritical for me to ask for grace when I did not extend the same grace to Canvas Beauty. However, I'm apologizing, and I am not going to sit here and receive the bullying for something that feels, in my opinion, a little bit overblown.